Hi students, I am Dr. Badrinath. I am handling the pharmacology 2 for third year B.Pharmacy students of first semester. And in this video, we will see the drugs using for hyperlipidemia. Drugs used for hyperlipidemia. Hyperlipidemia. Lipidemia means lipid. Okay. Hyper means excess. Excess lipid, excess fat in the body is called as a hyperlipidemia. It is a very dangerous, highly dangerous, okay? And it gives the number of diseases, not a single disease, okay? That's why we must give a medication for those patients. That drugs are called as a drugs used for hyperlipidemia, excess fats, excess oil. See here, I have shown the oil droplets here. Two droplets here and two droplets here. These oil globules. These oil globules are in excess in the body. It creates a biggest problem to the patients. That's why we have to give a treatment. Compulsory. Treatment is compulsory. Okay. And hypolipid, these drugs are also called as a hypolipidemic drugs. Hypolipidemic, because these drugs reduces the lipids. That's why it is called a hypolipidemic drugs, are also called as a anti-hyperlipidemic drugs. Okay, in the examination, without any confusion, there is a crystal clarity I am giving. Okay, right. And this is the syllabus of your unit 1, and your unit 1 is pharmacology of drugs acting on cardiovascular system, and it is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. The sixth part we are in. 5 parts we have already completed, and we are in the sixth part, 1.6, so that we can complete the syllabus of unit 1, right? Anti-hyperlipidemic drugs. See, that's why I highlighted with the reading. Yeah, now you come to the definition of the hyperlipidemia. See, my dear students, most of the students, they will think that hyperlipidemia means a high cholesterol. Like that they will think. Not only the cholesterol, high cholesterol, high cholesterol esters, CE, and higher phospholipids, PL, phospholipids, and also lipoproteins, LP, phospholipids, lipoproteins, and triglycerides, TG. Okay, all these are the related to fat only, not only cholesterol. Either the remaining things also, if it is increased, then you have to conclude that hyperlipidemia. Okay. And see here, hyperlipidemia is a heterogeneous group of disorders characterized by an excess of lipids in the body, excess of lipids in the blood stream, and in the blood vessels. Okay, it creates a problem, very biggest headache problem to the blood vessels. It starts depositing all the fat, it starts depositing on the inner walls of the blood vessel, and it forms a plaque, and it leads to a various problems. That we will see it one by one. Causes. What are the main reason for this hyperlipidemia? Either it is a human lifestyle or hereditary or less exercise. What makes the people hyperlipidemia? See, the various causes is there. Hereditary factors. Hereditary. Genes, genetically it comes. Example is deficiency of ApoC2 deficiency. This is one of the enzyme, ApoC2. If there is a deficiency of this enzyme, your cholesterol will not be digested. Cholesterol will be there. Whatever you eat, it will be stored in the body. Okay. That's why it comes from their fathers, forefathers, forefathers, like that it comes. Just like a sequence. Nothing is there in, even though he is doing exercise and all, somewhat it is better, that's it. But permanently we cannot remove that hereditary. Okay. And a diet, if you are taking a diet high in saturated fat and cholesterol, cholesterol is fat, cholesterol, high diet like oil, deep fry food, all this leads to a hyperlipidemia. And diabetes mellitus, those are very prone to get this hyperlipidemia. Kidney disease, hypothyroidism. See, hypothyroidism, thyroid is less, hypothyroid. So our body metabolic system will not be metabolized properly. That's why the deposit of the fat will be like that only. Actually, thyroid gland is especially important for the breakup of fat, thyroid. So here hypothyroidism, thyroid is less, hormone is less. So that's why the fat will be deposited like that only in the body. And certain drugs, hormones also like estrogen, corticosteroids, retinoids, protease inhibitors, thiazide diuretics. Thiazide diuretics are very dangerous. Beta blockers we are using in antihypertensive, AM, PM. Okay, all this will cause as a hyperlipidemia. Okay, obesity. Next is obesity. So there is a three types of thing: is normal weight, overweight, and obesity. So overweight is different, obesity is different. Keep in your mind: normal weight, overweight, obesity. The obesity will create a problem. It leads to hyperlipidemia. It leads to atherosclerosis and chronic alcoholism. You are taking it. Smoking is injurious to health and drinking is injurious to health. Both are dangerous. That's why see here chronic alcoholism for a long time. If you are taking alcohol for a shorter time, nothing will happen. But however, you will start addicting to the alcohol. It may leads to the chronic alcoholism. That may leads to this problem. Okay, smoking. Symptoms. What are the symptoms of hyperlipidemia? To say frank, hyperlipidemia doesn't have any symptoms. That's why it is called a silent killer. Silent killer. There is no symptom, no vomiting, no fever, no nausea, no motions, nothing, no symptom will be there. The only thing is hyperlipidemia itself does not produces any symptom. When levels are exceedingly high, hyperlipidemia high, then it starts atherosclerosis. I have already told you atherosclerosis, a deposition of the fats in the inner walls of the blood vessels. It may leads to a blockage. It may include say chest pain, angina pectoris, heart attack. You know all these terms because you have gone through my previous videos. I have already explained you what is the difference between a heart attack, angina pectoris, ischemia, okay, or stroke. Finally, it may leads to a stroke. Okay, either heart stroke or brain stroke also. Brain stroke or heart stroke. Either this or that because heart consists of very narrow blood vessels. Brain also consists of narrow blood vessels. That's why most of the people they will get either a stroke in the brain or stroke in the heart. Coronary artery blockage, heart stroke. Cerebral arteries blockage, brain stroke. That's it. Paralysis. He will be paralyzed lifelong. It is very difficult. That's why proper doing of exercise, okay, and having a control over the food, fat food, it is very, very, very important. High cholesterol may be deposited tendons. You know tendons? Tendons is nothing but a joint between a muscle and a bone. Very important bit. Very important bit. Or just beneath the skin under the eyes. See here under the eyes, your fat will start depositing under the eye. So by seeing the here bags, just like carry bag in the movie of Dukudu, there was a dialogue carry bags under the eye. The same here we can apply. So fat will be started depositing in the under the eye. Formation of nodules on the elbows and knees. Fatty elbows, fatty knees. Swelling of organs, very important characteristic of this hyperlipidemia. Liver, spleen, pancreas starts enlarging. Okay, it's not good sign. It is a very bad sign, very bad. And blockage of blood vessels in the brain and heart. I have told, no, brain and heart having a narrow blood vessel. Blockage of this, nothing, gone, the case gone. And see here the cholesterol and lipoproteins. See the two headings. First one is the cholesterol. Second one is the lipoproteins. Lipoproteins. Okay. Cholesterol needed for the synthesis of bile salts. Cholesterol is essential for the body for the synthesis of bile salts. Bile salts, you know, bilirubin, biliverdin. Okay. That bilirubin, biliverdin are important for the digestion of the fat. Digestion of the fat. Cholesterol needed for the synthesis of bile salts, which are needed for the digestion and absorption of the fat. It is an important bit in competitive examinations. It is synthesized in the liver. Cholesterol is the synthesized in the liver. Very important point. Acetyl-CoA is converted to mevalonic acid. Acetyl-CoA is the first basic brick of the cholesterol formation. Acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA. Shall I repeat it again? Acetyl-CoA. Very important. Acetyl-CoA. Converted into mevalonic acid. Mevalonic acid. Okay. And ultimately to the cholesterol. Finally, all these things converted into the cholesterol with the help of an enzyme, hydroxymethyl glutaryl coenzyme. In short form, it is called as a HMG-CoA. Hydroxymethyl, see here, H, hydroxy, M, methyl, G, glutaryl, A, enzyme, coenzyme A, reductase. This is the main enzyme which is responsible for the synthesis of the cholesterol. Acetyl-CoA is a chemical basic brick of the cholesterol formation. Now we are using various drugs to stop the HMG-CoA. So all the drugs which stops the action of HMG-CoA reduces the cholesterol. It stops the synthesis of cholesterol. Right? See how wonderfully we can control the hyperlipidemia. Next is lipoproteins. Lipoproteins, number of times it was asked in the appeared in biochemistry. Biochemistry. Lipoproteins, large particles found in the plasma that transports the lipid, including the cholesterol and triglycerides. It's an important definition. Classes of lipoproteins are classified into as a chylomicrons. Chylomicrons. It is also important. Chylomicrons. This takes the lipid from small intestine through the lymph cells. Lymph cells. Okay. Chylomicrons. Directly absorbed from the intestine through the lymphatic circulation it enters. That's why it is called chylomicrons. Next, very low density lipoproteins. It is very dangerous. Very low density, very danger. Very low density, very danger. Low density lipoprotein, and it's called as a VLDL, containing a triglycerides and CE. I have already told you what is CE. Cholesterol. See here, cholesterol ester. Cholesterol ester. TG, triglycerides. Next, intermediate density lipoprotein, IDL, more CE than TG. See, this combos is important. Okay? In competitive examination, not in regular examination. In regular exams, you just keep in your mind LDL, VLDL, HDL, that and all, it's more than enough. For competitive exam, these things you have to remember. Low density lipoproteins, only CE, only CE, only. And high density lipoproteins, HDL, facilitates the removal of cholesterol. That's why it is called a good cholesterol. I will explain you in my next slide. Next, here in this diagram, In this slide, you remember only this one. Nothing, only one point. First line, apolipoproteins embedded into lipoprotein shell. That's it. The remaining part is not much required for you. Types of hyperlipidemia. Hyperlipidemia. What are the various types? Hypercholesteremia. Higher the cholesterol level is called as a hyperlipidemia. Hypertriglyceridemia. Triglycerides are high. Combined hyperlipidemia, above 2. Hypercholesteremia plus hypertriglyceridemia, both are collectively called as a combined hyperlipidemia. See here, hypercholesteremia, we have elevated LDL and cholesterol. C stands for cholesterol. LDL, low density lipoproteins. Hypertriglyceridemia, elevated TG, triglycerides, cholesterol, normal LDL, C. Combined hyperlipidemia. Here TG is, see here, TG is high as well as the LDL is also high. See here, LDL. LDL is high, TG is. So these two collectively called as a combined hyperlipidemia. Combined of 1 and 2. Mixed hyperlipidemia, elevated C and triglycerides due to the ideal intermediate lipoproteins, that is density. Chylomicronemia, chylomicrons, higher the chylomicrons. So triglycerides are greater than 1000 mg per deciliter DL. Now, importance of lipoproteins. VLDL, high levels increases the risk of pancreatitis. It's a very important bit again. Pancreatitis, main reason is VLDL, very dangerous. LDL, it contains LDL consists of a cholesterol, nearly 60 to 70% of the cholesterol in the blood. It contains the B100, delivers the cholesterol to peripheral tissues, makes the greatest contribution to coronary atherosclerosis. See here, atherosclerosis, which lipoprotein is dangerous? LDL. That's why I highlighted with the blue color ink, which is very, very important. Not VLDL, LDL. Atherosclerosis, LDL. And oxidized LDL, it contributes to the atherosclerosis plaque formation, removed from plasma via endocytosis by the liver converting into a bile into GI, but bad cholesterol. It is called as, what is the other name of LDL? Bad cholesterol. Bad cholesterol is LDL. Don't write VLDL. VLDL is very dangerous. Okay, LDL is bad cholesterol. HDL is a good cholesterol. Yeah, importance of lipoproteins and HDLs, you can see, contains the cholesterol, accounts for the 20 to 30% of cholesterol in the blood. Some contains APO1 and APO2. APO1 is cardioprotective. Important bit. Cardioprotective. It protects the heart. That's why it is called a good cholesterol. APO1. Transport the cholesterol from peripheral tissues back to the liver. It sends the back cholesterol. So there is no deposition in the blood vessels. HDL removes the fat from the blood vessels and it sends back to the liver. Promotes the cholesterol level. Anti-atherogenic. Anti-atherogenic. It is not atherogenic. Anti-atherogenic. It's a very friendly to heart. That's why this is called a good cholesterol. HDL must be high in the blood. VLDL must be low. Then you can say he is a good health. He has a good health. And mechanism of action of our atherosclerosis and plaque formation. How the plaque is formed. LDL cholesterol, low density. I told you this is main problem. LDL cholesterol moves into the subendothelial space of artery. It go on behind the blood vessels. Okay, in between, blood vessel consists of 3 layers. Under the first layer, it starts depositing. That's why it is called a subspace, subendothelial space of the artery. LDL undergoes the oxidation. You have to stop. If once you stop this oxidation, automatically cholesterol will be reduced. All these steps we can be blocked with the help of various drugs. That's why this mechanism is important. Once you know the mechanism, you can stop at any point of the time with your drugs. LDL undergoes oxidation. Once oxidized, LDL attracts the monocytes. This is very important bit. Monocytes will be attracted by the LDL. Which cells are attracted by the LDL? Monocytes. And monocytes are converted into macrophages. This appeared nearly more than 1,000 times so far in the MBBS entrance or all entrance examination like drug inspector, RRB, railway recruitment board. Thousands time it was appeared. What is the main, which cells converted into macrophages? Monocyte. Don't write WBC, RBC, monocyte. Macrophages, M. You can match it, M. Which take up the LDL cholesterol. The more cholesterol macrophages engulf, the larger they become. They are then referred as a foam cells. So that's why you are calling it as a foam cell. Foam, just like a soap foam is there, no? Like that it forms. Okay, it is a very problematic. Next, a fatty streak is produced. This is a continuation of the same plaque formation. Atrial wall may accumulation on the foam cells. What are the foam cells in the exam? They will ask. What are the foam cells? Not in regular exam, competitive exams, they might ask. Accumulation of foam cells can cause a rupture of endothelium, causing the platelet addition. Okay, and as the plaque grows, see the last point, it embeds the blood flow. Blood flow will be stopped, which may leads to the anginal pain and ultimately myocardial infarction. See the fat, very dangerous. Yeah. Now you come to the hypolipidemic drugs. So I will stop the video here. Up to this, I have discussed the various routes and various causes, what is hyperlipidemia, etc. and all. Next video I will make on this. I will start with this slide. Next video, hypolipidemic drugs. Okay. Thank you and bye bye.